What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Optimal Evolution Radio. Still don't know what I'm calling it, but this is Nathan Barna. Today's discussion is going to be about the ABCs of goal achievement. I figured I'd give you guys something more practical because I know I like to get off on rants about very spiritual or esoteric topics that may be hard for people to put immediately into practice. So today I decided to switch it up a little bit and give you guys something more concrete. So the ABCs of goal achievement are, you use them backwards. So it's clarity, belief, and action. So obviously, when you're setting a goal for yourself, the first step is you need to be very clear on what it is that you're after, on what your goal is. And this is where a lot of people kind of lose sight or can easily get detoured if they don't give their goal the clarity that it needs. And I'll explain this, but the clarity that it needs to actually begin to manifest and to align themselves towards that thing. And a lot of times when people set goals for themselves, they're always talking about what they wish they could have or what they want to have or what they want to be, or all of these terms that are relating that goal to something in the future. And this is the first rule of the clarity, is that you need to talk about your goal in the present tense. And this has to do with the fact that on multiple different levels, your body, your action, your thoughts, even your emotions all need to be aligned in the present tense to perpetuate what needs to happen in order to manifest what your dream is. And even on a quantum level, our thoughts have an impact on the reality that we think and that we believe is outside of us, but that is really one with us. And again, I'll try not to get into these deeper discussions on at least this video, but you want the clarity, you want to state your goal in the present tense. So if you were, as they call it, the echo test. So if you were to say your goal in the Grand Canyon per se, and it was going to be echoed back at you, you would want to put out exactly what you want to get back. So if you say, I want to lose 10 pounds, or I want to get stronger, or I hope that I can make more money, or whatever it is that you put behind that goal, the echo test is going to give that right back to you. So you're going to say, I want, and I hope. And because you're going to get exactly what you put out in the present tense, all you're going to get back is wanting and hoping. So when you state your goals, the first step of getting clear about your goals is to state them as if they were already happening or as if they were already true. So instead of I want, you can say I am. And even just saying that and even rephrasing that one word, changing that one word, you can almost feel it at a visceral level, what that does to what you put behind that. The statement in itself of I am is a very powerful statement because you are making a declaration as to what you want to have in the present tense. Because remember, if you continue to say you want, or you continue to use phrases that are putting your goals into the future, even if you're a year down the road and you keep saying, I want, it's still going to be putting that thing into the future. Obviously, when you say I am, that thing might not happen at the moment that you say that thing, but by continually affirming that statement of I am, it's going to continue to perpetuate and put the things in motion and, start to manifest what it is that you are moving towards, because the universe is moving towards you in the same speed and direction you're moving towards it. So when you are making that statement, you're allowing things to align and to come together to meet you halfway, to give you that thing that you are seeking in the present moment. So that's the first step of clarity. Now, belief, obviously, once you have a clearly defined goal, it's not just enough to have a good statement behind it, but you need to have belief behind it. There needs to be substance and weight to it so that you are motivated and willing to do the work and move in the direction and make the decisions that need to happen in order to make that thing become a reality. So obviously you can make that declaration of, I am skinnier, or I am stronger, or I am making $1 million all you want. But if you don't have the drive and the belief behind that thing to actually make it happen, then you're just going to be spinning your wheels and you're not going to get anywhere, no matter how clearly you define your goal. And when it comes to the belief behind it, this is where you have to be honest with yourself and honest with the goals that you are setting. If you're currently only making $10,000 a year and you say I am making $1 million by next year, that is, what is that, 100? No, it's more than 100. No, I think it's 100%. Somebody can do the math on that. But either way, that is a significant amount of improvement in just 1 year of time. So being able to really get the belief behind that and the belief in yourself to make it happen, it's not to say that it can't happen, but if your goals are too far outside of the realm of possibility, then it's going to be hard to stay motivated, especially when you're 1 or 2 months into that year or 6 months down the road and you're realizing that you're still a long ways off from that goal, and it can be very discouraging. You're better at setting something that is more manageable and then exceeding that. And one of the general rules is to, at least in a year's time, don't expect to get any more than a 10% improvement within 1 year. So with that in mind, you also need to consider what your ultimate dream is. And this is something I've touched on before, but it's important to restate here, because if you don't have that ultimate dream, and what we're talking about with goal setting, it can be part of your dream, or it can be your dream that you're setting to achieve, but usually, ideally we have an overarching dream or objective for ourselves, and then we make smaller goals to act as stepping stones to move us towards that ultimate dream. So if you don't have that bigger overarching vision or legacy clearly defined for yourself, then you may not be setting dreams or setting goals that are in line with that dream. And obviously that's not going to happen if it's not clearly defined. But when you do have that dream, then you know that the goals you are setting are going to get you closer to that dream which in itself is going to act as a big driving force and help to drive the belief in yourself to do the work to make that goal a reality. And then obviously the last step of that, of the goal achievement, is A, which is action. Again, you can have all the clarity you want and you can have all the belief in yourself if you want, but if you don't get up off your ass and do the work and put the time and the effort and the energy into manifesting that goal, then it isn't going to happen. And remember what I said about the universe meeting you halfway. If you're not doing anything or taking any actions towards that goal and putting your best effort into making that happen, then, like I said, the universe is only going to move towards you at the same speed that you're moving towards it or towards your goal. So that's where you find, from my own experience, I know this, is that when you have a goal and you have the belief behind it, you may not know exactly how it's going to manifest. And a lot of times, it seems like it would take some type of miracle to make that dream or that goal become a reality. But when you're showing up every day and when you're doing the things that you know you need to do within the best of your ability and within the given circumstances, when you do that, things that seem like miracles can start to happen. And again, this is the universe meeting you halfway. And like I said, I don't want to go off on too long of a tangent, but this is where things start to happen at the quantum level, where your thoughts are literally a driving force. Your thoughts and your words and your actions are literally a driving force that is allowing a chain of reactions to happen within this physical realm so that your intentions can start to be mirrored back at you in the external reality that you're striving to create through the goal that you're setting for yourself. But either way, just know that you have to put the work in. So meditate on this, and when you're setting goals for yourself, make sure they're following this criteria, because if you're missing any one of these steps, obviously you're going to be missing a key ingredient that's going to make that goal a reality for yourself. And this is something that I've used knowingly or unknowingly throughout the majority of my life, and that has helped me get to where I am. And if you study anybody that's been successful, then you'll see that whether or not they called it the ABCs of goal achievement, they were following this framework, because these are the fundamentals and the basic principles that need to be abided by in order to create the life that you want to create and have your external reality that you're experiencing match your internal intentions. That's it.